Ballastol Products, 125-year-old company. Ballastol will clean, lubricate, and protect your firearms. And what's unique about Ballastol, it's not based on petroleum like other cleaners and lubricants. It's based on non-toxic, safe, medical-grade mineral oil. You can use it on your rubber buttstock, your synthetic stock, your metal, your wood stocks, and your leather straps. And it's phenomenal for knives and bicycle chains too. Ballastol.
A lot of our viewers were wondering if they had a small property anywhere between 5 acres to like 20 acres, what plants, trees, shrubs you would recommend them planting to facilitate habitat for small game populations?
Well, if you have, an area where you're concerned about small game populations and what you can do to benefit them, you first and foremost, you want to look and evaluate the property that you have and see if there are any invasive plants that may be, hampering some of the native plant growth in that area. Things like, autumn olive, honeysuckle, things like that might be, overtaking the property and kind of out-competing the native plants. You would want to use some kind of removal procedures for that. The same thing goes with maybe some of the canopy that's in the area. If there are competitive trees that are non-preferred, you would want to remove them to help, sunlight get down on the floor and help some of the native plants grow. If you have like grassland areas, you want to try to encourage, pollinator species and native grasses to grow. Those types of habitats provide a wide-ranging, food source and cover source for wildlife in Pennsylvania, including small game. You want to have some variety in the species that you plant, so you don't have any kind of a monoculture of one species of plant overtaking the property, because different species of wildlife have different requirements, things like that. So, those native grasses, the native warm season grasses, the pollinator flowers, native pollinator species, they're preferred, and that's what the Game Commission has been working to transition a lot of our open field areas into these native grassland areas that include pollinator mixes to benefit a wider variety of game and non-game species.
All right, thank you.
Martz's Game Farm. We understand that you recently had an outbreak of avian bird flu. What steps were taken to prevent the spread of the flu? And for any hunters that wanted to book a hunt, are you going to be ready for next year? Or how can the average clientele support you through this time?
Yes, we are actually in the process of repopulation now. We've been given clearance through the government agencies that we worked with to repopulate the farm. We are open for hunting. It is chuckers only. We do have birds sourced in from outside locations. Our facility is not operating with our own birds as of right now. We do have chuckers that have been cleared of avian influenza on off-site premises that have been cleared through USDA through testing that we have to conduct while you're under quarantine. So we do have plans to be fully repopulated by the fall with our birds, the pheasants and everything, the chuckers as well. So our hunts will go off, as we have prior seasons. Basically, kind of like nothing ever happened, but there is a lot of awareness. We have a lot more information now for the hunters if they're concerned about themselves or the dogs. There's no known cases of the avian influenza crossing over into the canine species or any breeds whatsoever. I got that information from top veterinarians that we've worked with. So it's exciting to have people back. It was a rough 6 weeks, and it was very hard not to have that social interaction, having our guides out. This is one of our guides, this is Shane. So, he gets a lot of questions too with how, what's going to happen for the future. But the virus has been eradicated. There's certain time frames that you have to sit neutral before we can have birds back in our pens. So that's why our breeders are off-site location. All of our birds that we have now have been purchased through other sources that we have that are off-site, and we look to start the repopulation with our birds laying the eggs and everything. So it's a building process. We will have our strain of bird back within the next 2 years.
And will there be any additional safety procedures in the future that hunters and their dogs will have to abide by to make sure it doesn't happen again?
Well, this was sourced in by a wild bird. So this was not drug in from any of the hunters or any of our companies that bring in feed or anything like that. This was sourced to a wild bird. So either it could have been a hawk, or it could have been a Canadian goose, which there was one that was tested 8 air miles away from us that had avian influenza. So this is an atmospheric situation. So it is always going to be present. So a lot of our hunters are avid duck hunters, and they're down in the Chesapeake a lot, and we'll go out for snow geese and different things like that. So this is widespread. This isn't just us. So we would love our hunters to know that when you're going to hunt any fowl anywhere else, that there is a risk. You become a carrier, your dogs become a carrier. So you could be bringing that home to your property. If you have your own birds, you can be bringing it back. So it can keep spreading. So you want to take proper sanitation measures with cleaning your equipment, your firearms, your guns, bathing your dog, whatever it may be, to help with this thing from being cross-contaminated and spread.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
And then Shane, you're a guide at March's. For anyone that's looking to get into their own bird dogs, what breeds would you recommend, and would you train them yourself or go to an established trainer for the first part of dog training? What breeds are easier to work with than others? I understand that you enjoy hunting with your Brittany's.
Yeah, partial to them, of course. The size is what drew me to them. I had a friend in the industry, in the business right there, who got me into them. Equally good pet as they are hunting dog companion. Training can be a handful because they're high energy. I would say when looking to purchase one, to answer that question, I would say if you are married with children and have a very, very busy schedule, you may want to consider the age of the children with the pets. Get them in the house at the same time. They do need a lot of exercise. All the sporting dogs will need exercise. They're very busy. And as far as what type of breed, that's a preference by maybe possibly how you like to hunt. Flushing dogs, or just maybe necessarily what type of breed you prefer. There's a lot of labs on the farm, there's a lot of Goldens on the farm, all kinds of flushing dogs, and they are, in my opinion, all equally as they do a great job, both in the house and in the field. I would say the size of the dog is something to consider, as well as are you going to have the time to get that puppy to the point where it's going to hunt. And the transition on most breeds that I'm aware of, if you put the time into them, you're by 2 years old, you should be able to, maybe even earlier. Some of them peak earlier. You can be hunting over that dog by a year and a half to 2 years. As far as what to expect with the Brittany's that I'm familiar with, extremely high energy, and they need your attention. It's a commitment on that part. I would imagine most breeds are.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And now for the sleeper of the Outdoorsman Show, Pennsylvania Outdoor Writers Association charity auction. If you're looking to purchase a hunt for a discount, or if you're looking to purchase sporting goods, you never know what you're going to find there, but there's normally a couple of good deals.
On the African safari. 500, $500, we go 500, we go 500, we go 500, we go 500, we go 500. Who said $300? 300 a bid, 400. 400 now, 400, we go 400 from anyone, $400, we go 400, 400 a bid, 5. 500, 5 a bid, $600, 6 a bid, 700. 708, 800 now, 910, we go 1000, we go 1000, we go 10. Out of $900, 1,000, we got 10, we got 1,000 from anyone, we got $1,000, we got 1,000. Out of 910, we got 10, I'll take 950 if it helps. 950, 950. Out of 900 here, 950, we got 950, 950, we got 950, 950 from anyone, 950. 950, all done, folks. 950 is that now. 1,000, even money. 1,000, $1,000. 1,000, we got 1,000, we got 1,000, 1,000, sir. 1,000, we got 1,000, we got 10. $1,000, we got 1,000. On a dream trip, 1,000 of it, 1,050. 1,050, 1,050, we got 1,050, we got 1,050, we got 1,050. 1,000 here, 1,050, we got 1,050, we got 1,050 from anyone. 1,050, we got 1,050, we got 1,050. Sold $1,000 in that number, sir, again? 44. 44. Hey, on your Rambo electric bike, well, I'm going to go down 250 watts right there. I'm going to get for it. I'll give me $1,000. 1,750. 750, we got 750, we got 750, who give me 750, who give me $500 to start it on the electric bike. $500 worth of money, $500, we got 500, 500, we got 500, who give me $300. 300 more, we got 300, we got 300 more, we got 300, we got 300, who give me $200 to start it, 200 a bid, 250. 200 here, 250, we got 250, we got 250, we got 250, 250, 300, 300 now, 300, 350, 350, 400, 400 now, 400, we got 4 worth of money, 400, 450, 450, it beats Pelvin, 450, we got 450, we got 450, 400, 450, 500, 500 now, 500, we got 500, we got $500, we got $500, we got 500, 450 here, 475, 475, if it helps, 475, 475 a bid, 500. 500 now, 500 worth of money, $500, we got $500, we got 500, 500, 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter now, 500 and a quarter, we got 500 and a quarter, we got 5 and a quarter. 500 here, 500 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter now, 550. 550, 550, we got 550. I'll tell you what, you won't find them anywhere else for that. 550, 550, we got 550. 550 now, 575. 575, 575, 575, we got 575, 575. 575, did you? 575, 575. 550 here, 575 from anyone. 575, 575, we got 575, 600. Even money now. 600, 6 and a quarter. 600 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, we got 600 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter. 600 here, 600 and a quarter, we got 6 and a quarter, we got 6 and a quarter, 600 here, 600 and a quarter, we got 600 and a quarter, 600 and a quarter from anyone, 600 and a quarter, we got 600 and a quarter, we got 600 and a quarter. Sold $600 And that number, sir, is
44.
all right. Well, take it for I take it for 500, 500, 500, big 4, 400, big 4, big 4. Here we $300 started. 300, big 3, big 300, big 3. Here we $200. 200, 200 the bid, 2 and a quarter. 200 here, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 250, 275, 275, 275, 275, big 275, now 3. 300, 3 and a quarter. 300 and a quarter, big 3 and a quarter. 300 here, 300 and a quarter, big 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 300 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter, 350, 375, 375, 400, 4 and a quarter, 4 and a quarter now, 400 and a quarter, big 4 and a quarter. 400 and a quarter, hey, great trip, 400 and a quarter, big 400 and a quarter. 400 here, 4 and a quarter, big 400 and a quarter, big 4 and a quarter, big 400 and a quarter. 400 here, 4 and a quarter, big 400 and a quarter, big 400 and a quarter, 4 and a quarter, big 400 and a quarter. 4 and a quarter, 450, 475, 475 now, 475, 4 and a half here now, 475, 475, 475, 475, 475, 475, 475, 475, 475. Sold 450 on 5, number 5 to buyer.
Right now we're selling the collar, 175 loaded sounds, just a super item.
All right, hey, there you go, folks. On from Fox Pro right there, on your game caller right there, on your Predator caller right there, logging in. I 300, we got 3, we got 3, we got 250, we got 250, we got 250, $200, 200 caller, we got 200, we got 200, 100 and a half on the game call, 100 and a half, we got 100 and a half, 100 and a half, $100 bill, $100 bill, we got $100, we got $100 home, we got $100, we got 175. 75 here now, $100, we got $100, we got $100, we got $100, 100 here, 1 and a quarter, 100 and a quarter, worth the money, 150 now, 150, 175, 175, 175, I'll take 185 if it helps, 185, 185, 175, 185, 185, 185, 185, 175, 185 already, 185, 185, 185, 185, sold 175 on number 27, 27 buyer.